If you listen to AM radio in the morning, you know this voice.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Barbara Carlson and Friends Show. This is Open Mic.
Yes, of course, that's Barbara Carlson, KSTP AM 1500's well-known radio talk show personality, doing her show on the radio, and she's not doing it from the studio. No, she's doing it from her home. Big deal, you say? That happens all the time? Well, not exactly, because she's not in her house. She's actually in her hot tub.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Listen to the water. We're back again in the hot tub of Kenwood. I had hoped...
And while she's actually conducting a radio show from her hot tub inside the gazebo, outside, her dog acts like there's nothing unusual going on in there. But there is. So unusual, it merited a brief moment on national television.
They say talk is cheap, but for America's radio DJs, it can be very, very profitable. That's why
the show is a current affair, and the story is about risque radio personalities. Our Barbara? Risque? Well, maybe she was included because visually, you gotta admit, this looks pretty risque, especially considering her ex-husband's current occupation.
When it comes to being in hot water, Randy has nothing on Minnesota talk show host Barbara Carlson, who once a week puts her guest on the hot seat, so to speak, much to the chagrin of her ex-husband, who just happens to be Governor Arnie Carlson of Minnesota.
Can you imagine your ex-wife having a talk show? Can you imagine in your worst nightmare?
Well, that was it. 22 seconds of national TV exposure, and the next day she was the talk of the town. In fact, her colleague, KSTP talk host Bob Yates, even chatted with her a bit on the air during his show.
I considered that last night nationwide pub. A kind of clarion call to any eligible governor out there to marry you again, divorce you again, and you could go from state to state with this scam.
You're on a diet. Scam?
Well, you know what I mean. Gimmick.
Break.
We all have our
Well, what's
scams
my
and
gimmick?
gimmicks.
Do you know that?
Oh, a hot tub has to do with substance.
Well, actually, there is a lot of substance that often comes out of this steamy room. But today, first, it's a little fun with comic Susan Voss. But even then, Barbara couldn't get a current affair off her mind, so she calls up its host, Maureen O'Boyle, for a little conversation.
On your show last night.
I know, and everyone
let me tell
loved
you,
it.
Maureen, I was a little concerned because I'm a mature woman in Minnesota, and I do a show with serious issues. I really do. I've only been naughty 5 times, maybe.
Well, naughty or nice, her hot tub shows have become such an item that I thought I'd better come here personally to check it out. And I had no idea of just how tough it was going to be to get this story. But it's
thanks very much.
It's a radio show. It's the Barbara Carlson radio show being conducted.
He's right on top of my show. Make him stop. I am a star here.
Just continue on being a star.
No, don't. Go over to the other side.
Barbara,
What?
he's doing his business.
Is he doing his
He's
business?
doing his
doing
business.
business.
This is how this man makes his living.
I'm doing
He
business.
talks and he disturbs radio programs. It's all right.
That's
why we like Gary Lumpkin.
Window. Close the window.
We're not closing any window. The viewers want to talk to you. The listeners want to talk to you. Susan's now hitting me on the hand. Barbara's
I want
saying,
you to see. I want to see your body.
I was
That's
giving
what
you
We're gonna-
5.
we're gonna show
I was
you- we're
just
gonna show
giving
you,
you 5. That's what I
No
want.
T-shirts.
boobs and tummy and buns and everything.
No T-shirt. We're going to take a break. We're going to talk about power drinks. I've got Rusty in my hot
This is
tub,
going to be
too.
difficult.
Entire good
It's
company
going out
show.
of control already. It's out of control. So out of control that instead of her being part of my story, I became part of her show.
My God, look at him. Look at him. Yay. Gary Lumpkin is coming into my... Is your wash waterproof? Don't fall. Okay. Welcome. Well,
Yep, and with that, I was in the tub. So, of course, we had to discuss the hot tub itself. Now, telling the truth now, you've been saying you're in your hot tub, and until just now, you were on the edge of your hot tub.
It's 104 degrees in here.
And
We were in
the
here
truth
earlier.
is
She's got high blood pressure and I take medicine
yes,
for it.
but
You
before
want us
we
to
got
die
in
right
here-
on your show? It's my show.
Well, now it was really out of control. Susan was talking, Barbara was talking, I'm talking, we're all talking, and somehow, then we all started singing. Singing Kumbaya. And that's how I ended my story, and Barbara was ending her show, again, all at the same time.
Well, there you have it. Barbara Carlson in the radio, in the hot tub, on the radio. I'm confused. You got it, Willis. See you next time as I close my story for Good Company on your radio show.
That's all right. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Barbara Carlson. I'm glad that you listened this last hour. It's been a little crazy.